Me did young chua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pacuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map tap send. Intienne, also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka komo abusuya for Ghana fa na nyina. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Ranking, we are wako.
No, not tomorrow.
Now it's my country.
My country.
Really?
Yeah.
Also be a bit my country.
My country. Okay.
Ocean is saying Ocean because I don't know which part of Ghana or time more out in my country.
Because my wife is an account.
Oh, okay. Which of the areas in Akan?
My wife. So this one, they're gonna have a region.
Oh, I see. Bekum. Or Sampa.
Wait.
Oh. The big girls, them fine, huh?
Them fine. Them be carrying,
eh?
Yeah, right.
We were there the last January 4th, eh? And we were in BA. Bekum to be specific. Like beautiful girls, we were surprised.
Yes.
Like the East Legon type of girls.
See that
Yeah. Is that's the fact too. Is that like Roland? Oh, Karibuani. Like when you meet there, it's like
yes.
I saw them East Legon.
Yeah, even Shatawale confessed, like when he came on stage, he was like, the girls he was seeing.
Yeah, Charlie, it's beautiful. So I'm not.
They are very beautiful.
I'm not so surprised. Firanki decided to go pick a wife from there.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
How many years have you been married, though?
Charlie, you are spoil my market.
Oh, you brought your wife in. No, I did not say wife first too. You brought your wife in, and I'm asking like how long? Maybe, or I shouldn't ask.
See your man.
When people come, they make me look the bad one. Like I don't get it though. Oh, you mentioned your wife first, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so let's imagine I never mentioned.
Let's say you never mentioned it.
No.
Okay.
Oh yes, but I've been married for some time now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some time now.
For some years now.
So should I continue or we should leave it there?
On the matrimony.
I'm seeking for permission.
If
you give the permission, Sammy, Yano, Chano Kela.
It's okay.
It's okay. I love it.
Anything you say can be used against
competent control. Well, Firankin is also my friend, so when we meet, that vibe is there. Beyond our professional levels, we still go beyond that and do our friends as well. So that is what we're going to do. So you are welcome. I think I love this message in there. Get to run.
Got to run.
Get to run from where?
Even Ghana self the O.
Get to run from where?
Even Ghana self the O.
Yeah, the last
I wrote this song against the background that I kept saying this when I was at the law school at Makola. The school fees were a bunch. Right from the LAB days through to Makola, the school fees were a bunch. And so I had to borrow here and there to be able to pay my fees. And then sometimes you are there, you wake up, the first thing that greets you is, Rankin, Charlie, but I say you go pay this money, I not hear from you. Another time. So one morning I just woke up after somebody's call. The vibe just came. Master, even Ghana said, oh, leave me alone, leave me alone. Wait, so got to run. Even Ghana said, oh, yeah.
I see. So which one came to you first? The music or the law thing? Which one came to you first?
Wow, that's a very intelligent question. And it's intriguing. What came to me first? Wow, that's intriguing. So I'm looking back with my mind's eye to the fact that law came first. Yes, law came first because
chicken and eggs.
Yes, exactly. Law came first because academically, back in the days, I was inclined. I'm speaking in all modesty. I was inclined, and then where I attended secondary school, I was topmost debater. I was awarded several times as the best debater over there, and do all those things. So it's around the law. But along that side too, I was doing the informal music. I was always singing, writing songs informally and things. So I like it when you say the egg and the hen situation. Either the law came first or they came concurrently. But
would you consider what you were doing academically as the law? Is that how you want to see it?
And will I consider what I was doing musically as the music? See, that is also another side to it. So
that's the point.
That is the point. No, it's intriguing. It's a very intriguing question you've asked me. I've never adverted my mind to it.
Or should I ask it in a different way?
Yes.
Which one came professionally to you first?
You know, Sammy Flex, be very careful. Because I'm very careful with you.
And come on,
you have to be very careful.
I'm careful.
Because I'm very careful with you. You just don't ask questions. So before I answer your question, I go like Rankin, take your time. Cool down.
I see. Yeah. So in another way.
Rephrase it.
Yeah. So the law and the music. Which one came to you professionally first? Music.
Yes.
Oh, so you also started music?
Yes.
Paused?
And then went
to school.
Yes. So when I started my music as a reggae dancehall artist, and I was doing reggae music at a point where the genre of music that was polarized in Ghana then was hip life. So it had to do with Lord Kenya or Raffo and the rest. Whilst I was doing Yanokure, hey, and I was based in the north in Tamale. And I remember the only exposure that I had was when David Donto came to take me around Agro, so I was the artist he took together with VIP to various places in the north. And then I performed Embassy Club Pleasure with
I remember
this guy KKD. No, not KKD. We performed at the Picona Hotel together. VIP, we performed at Boko, Tamale, and other places. So at that time, I was professionally doing reggae music, but of course, we were relegated to the background because everybody was hooked onto hip life and stuff. But I do reggae. My role models in music are reggae. The people that inspired me into music are dancehall artists and then reggae musicians. And so my thing has always been reggae.
So is it because you were not very successful in music? Yes. Reason you put it down to go pursue higher education?
That is so. It is correct because I'm humbled to be intelligent in school as well as talented musically. And so when the music thing was not, because I was very passionate about singing, much as I was passionate about doing academic things. And so for no reason, I was overwhelmed by music, especially when my role model Shabarans used all those things. He influenced me a lot, and then Alpha Blondie. And so I said, look, let me leave academia aside. So many people were surprised that I was I left academia and I was into music. But I did not leave academia. After secondary school, When I completed SS, I was among the few people that qualified to go to the university, and I had wanted to read law at that time.
Which region were you then?
I attended Nandom Secondary School.
Nandom. Wow.
To be very, let me register it officially here that I attended the best secondary school in Ghana, and it is called Nandom Secondary School.
It's the best
please
secondary
take it or leave it. I mean, you have the right to take it.
Because I know the present guys watching. What is this man talking about?
You can take it or leave it.
Okay.
So, to my mind and to the best of my knowledge, that is the best secondary school.
No, that's fine.
So when I completed secondary school, my mother, who was a nurse then, told me that financially, she was a single parent, and so she could not take care of my university education. And she said, look, get a profession first and to be a stepping stone. So I am a professional nurse, to cut matters short. My mother made sure I went to the nursing training college.
She introduced you into the
nursing training. I completed the nursing training college. Wow. And I became a professional nurse, taking care of people. When you have, as you are here, if you have a cut, you are bleeding, I can suture you very well. If you are sick, I can tell you, take this medicine very well. I mean, I do all that. But I did not like the way people were dying around me as a general nurse, because I was a general nurse. So
someone said she killed 200 people. You did not like it.
No, I did not like it. I did not like the blood. But I was very skillful with the work. Like, let's say right now a baby is you want to give an infusion onto a baby and you are suffering. Just call me. I'll get it right now. I was very skillful. But because I did not like the death around me, and when I completed the nursing training college, I was put at the pediatric ward. So mothers come during the malaria time, the babies are dying. Doctor, every male they say, doctor, my child, I felt so sad and agonized. So I told my mother, look, Mama, when I went to do psychiatry affiliation, mental health, I like that place, and mentally ill people don't die carelessly. So I beg you.
You're okay.
Now God, I won't go do mental health.
Mentally, people don't die.
You don't see. You are not at the.
They can live longer.
They can live longer.
Yeah.
So I went to specialize in mental health. So whilst I specialized in mental health, I now moved from the general hospital to the psychiatric hospital where I was working. But through it all, I was doing my music. I was recording with Nasi. Nasi, I'll go to the studio. I was sleeping in studio at Dansuma with not Dansuma. No, Teshi Nungwa. When he started, Teshi, that was when he started. Then from there he moved to Osu police station, that area there. When Abi gave him that studio, and then I was always there with this. And I moved from Cape Coast and come there, record and stuff. So until he moved to the GCB Towers, I recorded my third album with Nasi over there, always with Black Rasta and the rest. So whilst educating myself that way, but that education was not from my heart. I was doing it to please my mother. But inside the nursing and the stuff. But inside me, I kept telling myself, no, this is not you. This is not you. This is not you. So I kept telling myself, I will be me. I will be me. I will be me academically. I'll be what I wanted to be. And mine is, I want to be a lawyer. That is what I've always wanted to be a lawyer and a musician. It wasn't like I told you the other time. It wasn't like an either-or situation to be a lawyer or a musician. I want to be a singer. Both, I want to be a singer because it's my passion, and I want to advocate. I want to fight for people's rights. When let's say right now, if somebody enters here, Sammy, Flex, hey, why you're this, this. Like, I'm enraged naturally. Hey, master, what's the meaning of that? Sammy, wait. So we have something in mental health called sublimation. Sublimation is when you turn antisocial things into very acceptable social norms. For example, there is somebody, he likes beating people growing up as a child. Small time he'll punch you, small time he'll punch you. So the father says, look, I can think to be a boxer is good. So you sublime the person from being a socially unacceptable person onto an acceptable person, making money here and there. So that was me. I always want to speak for people. I want to fight for people's rights and stuff. And so when music was frustrating me, plus the fact that I wasn't at the profession, not that I don't disrespect nursing. Nursing is the reason I've gotten to where I've gotten to. Because after the nurse, when things were frustrating me, and I was continuing with my education, I left the nursing and I went to University of Ghana Business School, where I studied administration. And so I was converted from a nurse to a hospital administrator. Wow. In all these things, I was
so you moved from the blood to the papers.
From the blood to the mental, and from the mental to the papers.
Oh, okay.
So from there, I now went to do my LLB. And then from there, I sat for the entrance exams to Makola by the grace of Jesus. One time I passed to Makola. One time? One time. And then from Makola, I was called to the bar. Now, so it means technically that I have 5 professions. 1, I am a general nurse. 2, I am a mental health nurse. 3, I am a hospital administrator. 4, I am a lawyer. And 5, I'm a musician.
Wow. And generally, he's a universal charger.
Yeah, he's an universal charger. He charges everywhere. Wow.
What does that mean?
It means nothing evil, though. It means you do this and that.
No. I will not accept this one. What does that mean?
You're talking to a lawyer.
It means you are useful. You are multi-useful. That's the general charger. That's what it does. That's the universal charger. Wow. So that is the story of Firankin in short. So the real name is what? Fidel
Leviel.
Fidel Leviel.
Leviel, yes.
Oh, okay.
Leviel.
Okay.
Leviel. Some people, when I go to court and I announce myself, and the judge will go, Leviel. I said, oh no, my lady, respectfully, Leviel. I said, are you a Ghanaian? I said, yes, I'm a Ghanaian. Leviel means that's nice.
I see. So I want to believe the fee ranking, fee is from Fidel.
Fee is from Fidel. In my house, everybody calls me Fee, the short form of Fidel.
Yeah.
So my parents, my siblings, my close friends call me Fee.
And how did you get the ranking?
The ranking from my Charlie. The ranking from my role model, Shabarans.
Shabarans.
You know, I wanted to make it fit. You know, one day my mother sent me to buy something, and on my way, I like meditating naturally. Even after I like meditation. So as I was walking, I was like, so right now, your music name will be what? I said, okay, Firans. Let me name myself as Shabarans. Firans. But Firans, it wasn't sounding so musical in my ears. You understand that? And I just extend that, okay, ranking, fee ranking. I said, whoa, yeah, fee ranking is good. And since then, I've always been known as fee ranking.
So what is it about Shaba that made him your mentor?
And Alpha Blondie.
And Alpha Blondie, yes. Yeah. What is that about them?
You know, I people tell me that the last time somebody told me that, you know, as a lawyer, when you're composing songs, you have to write deep lyrics, and I just laughed. I laugh because after all the hot things I do out there discussing serious business, people's land, people's marriages, people's whatever, hot, my brain is hot. I come to the studio you want me to continue with hot things. No. I was always, the number one thing about a song that makes me like, it's not the lyrics, it's the rhythm, the melody. So I love melodies, you know, so people like Eric Donaldson, Alpha Blondie, Gregory Isaac, I love them. I love those kind of, what moves me in a song is the melody first before the lyrics. So that is why all the time I'll go for Daddy Lumba, because I love the way the rhythm goes. I don't mind what he's saying. Baby, I'll question me the family. But the rhythm is sweet in my ears. So I loved, to answer your question then, I love Shabarangs because of the rhythms and melodies, and I love Alpha Blondie for the same reasons. So when he's even singing Idija, I don't know what he's talking about, but I just love that rhythm. So it is because of these two things, plus the fact that Shabarangs had a baritone voice, and when I'm doing raga too, I do the same thing.
So were you able to sing some of their songs? Shabarangs and
yes, those days I could sing.
Which of his songs?
And you know, most of the things, you know, at that time my patois was not very strong. So for example, a song like Tingaling, then I go like Tingalingaling, dance and swing, DJ Yeska Kopiani Tiabom rhythm, Tingalingaling, schoolgirl ring, Faika Tom plane, Puyaka for Shabaran, disappearity, another man chincho, the Madidan to the Bisuya, the key, put the don to the key, Antonamina donkey. Yes, you know, so things like that. I don't care whether that was what you saying or not.
You made your own patois.
That's simple. And I will go sing this thing. People are throwing money.
Oh, you were performing the songs on stage.
Oh, he was my, and then Alpha Blondie too, the same thing. You know.
Which of Alpha Blondie's song?
Alpha Blondie's song is Isen kase masana kirenyala, Isen mola sira, Woye ya pane maya, Isen kalane sire kane, Isen kansatema,
So recently, Alpha Blondie did some 1 or 2 with Stoneboy.
Yes, and I was jealous. Yeah, when I saw Stoneboy and Alpha Blondie, I was like, wow, Stoneboy, you are living my dream. So many years before you started, I've always desired to do this with Alpha Blondie. Up now, I haven't even shook hands with him. You have gone ahead to live my dream, but not negative.
No, I get it. That's what I was about to ask. Like, how would you feel knowing that? Jealous. Yeah, this is what you always want to do.
I felt jealous, but I know that. You know, in Dagari we have something that Monkorbe Kongabe. What it means is that the fact that Monkorbe, I say your tongue will twist. You just listen to the
no, they are watching me, so I want to be bold and speak their language.
Monkorbe Kongabe. That means that the fact that means that the fact that your mother is delaying in preparing the teaser doesn't mean you sleep hungry.
Very get it.
You see how?
The fact that your mother is delaying the teaser
doesn't mean you sleep hungry.
Definitely the food will be ready and you eat.
That's great.
So it means you've not even met him before.
I've never met him before. And he has never even heard that I'm so passionate about him, and that's the part that hurts me.
Is it because you have not pushed enough?
Oh, you see, like I keep on telling people, I've pushed to the extent that I feel reason is the reason, music is the reason I am. Well, I appreciate where God has put me, but I want to say I could have been more. But for music, I wasted all my youthful life in trying to be a musician. So sometimes, let's say those times when I'm in the lecture hall in the University of Ghana Business School, for example, and then I see a younger person coming to stand in front of me to teach me, I felt like, fee. But for music, I'm sure I should have been some professor coming. I should have taught this guy before. I felt hurt. I felt I've wasted my time. Wow. But you know, the Bible says something that I like so much. That 1,000 years is like something from God. Like and sometimes when I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, so I thought I was wasting my time. But when I look back to those people I thought were progressing, I haven't done too badly.
Of course.
And then I remember the Bible saying, I said, oh, okay, so everything is good. But what hurts me is, sometimes I ask myself, so am I going to die one day before, never to be the musician that I always wanted to be? I remember those days, I'll be walking in Tamale alone, then I'll see KK Kabobo, a picture. I'll idolize it, go and sit there and watch it, say, wow, can I ever be like this? And I remember him, he was in some jeans up and down with the mic.
Oh,
like
that
picture. Will I ever be like this? Then Daddy Lumba was also by a car, and it was a barber. With the cornrow, red car. And I said, oh God, so is it true music he bought this car? So can I ever sing to also use music to buy a car? But up to now I haven't lived that dream. So I ask myself, you know, these days, you know what happens? I don't want to think anything music. It hurts me because I've not been able to achieve it, and I feel like it hurts me. So these days, and I write songs very prolifically. Yeah? So anytime the song is coming, just look, no music, no more music,
just go,
no more music, go. You've hurt me enough, go. You let me concentrate on my law. It's okay. So that's why that's the point I've reached now in my life.
So what do you think is the blockade?
I think I want to believe that the media is not giving me the attention, because I remember one lady, I will not mention the name, recently called me and said, when I said play my music, and because I play my music, said, look, forget about this music. You are now a lawyer. Why do you want to do music?
She's in the media space.
She's in the media space. Forget about this thing. I felt hurt that day. And that day I was on my way to court at Odumase Krobo. So I just parked by the roadside in the bush. Sammy Flex, I shed tears. I was crying like a baby, and after about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I called Black Rasta and told him my ordeal, what the lady told me, how I felt at that time. And you know, Black Rasta always want to give me vim, do it, don't worry. I said, this vim there, my brother. You must have an end to something. I can't continue being hurt all the time because of music. Music has hurt me. You don't understand. You don't understand. Music has hurt me. So much. As I'm talking to you, I've never earned anything in music. I'm always giving for music. I've never, apart from that money David Donto paid me in dollars. Was it $70 or something that he paid me? That is the only money music has. Some years ago. And it's always, okay, go and pay this, go and pay this. So I see music like, okay, there's some empty pot with an outlet down there. I'm just pouring all the water. It's never getting full. It's just always like that. I'm like, look, my brother, you have to. There must be a change.
So you think the problem is the media?
I think the media doesn't. The media is not giving me the rightful attention, and I want to believe that if I am given the rightful attention, I want to respectfully say that you might just be seeing another dancehall king or the unsung hero of dancehall. Yeah, not to say that I do not respect Shatta Wale, Stoneboy, and the rest as dancehall people. But trust me, I am a dancehaller.
You even said another, so it means they can still be there as well, and you can still do your thing. But could it also be that maybe if not giving the media the materials they want, the materials that will excite them, reason they are not giving you the necessary attention? Because I'm sure in recent times you saw a certain black sheriff, a young boy from nowhere, Konobu or Dumase, and he's all over. And I'm sure he's all over not because the media likes him, because of what he is giving them. So in your case, are you also very sure that, for instance, that lady who said go and continue with your law thing, if whatever material you gave her was really banging her, would she have said that?
So if you listen to my Jamaican girl music, and you know, funny enough, because of this particular thing, I am reggae dancehall is my thing, but I'm very versatile. So those days, okay, when the music comes and it hits, I try to compose a song along that line, just to show that I can do it. You know, I have songs like Broken Hearted. If they play it here, I was very young. I think I was like 22 years or something. And I played the song after Two-Face came out with African Queen and it hit. I said, oh, what is? I can do something like that. Please, Broken Hearted, which was a true story of a mentally depressed patient who wanted to kill herself because of multiple disappointment from boys. And then she told me her story when I was working at the mental hospital. So I used it to compose the song Broken Hearted. So you live beyond that and you listen to Jamaican Girl. Just compare Jamaican Girl to any of the dancehall things that is making waves in town, and you feel that, oh, why is this guy? You understand that in my little way when I put it on YouTube, people are like, oh wow, this music, why this music? But the point, this music, why is the media not playing it? Do you know what annoyed me recently? That I said, look, music. I said, Sammy Flex, I'm coming this evening to chat. I'm not here to promote any music. I have said goodbye to music. So a radio station said, okay, come and give legal talks every week, come and blah, 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 blah. And okay, I said, okay. So I hope you'll be playing my music. It's not as though you are using the play of my music. It's not like you're using to pay legal fees or something to me. No. I'm just doing legal education, which I wish to do to the public. But at least gentlemanly, also play my song. You're a radio station, so play my songs. So I do, when I did that thing, then the public were interested in the topics, blah, blah, blah. And then you are not playing my music and stuff. So abruptly, I just stopped. So one of the days
you were going to do the law lectures?
The law lectures on the radio station, yeah.
But when you leave for them to play
you are not playing my song. I'm like, what's the meaning of that? And then, when it was catching up with the public, then the guy, where are you? Are you not coming? Are you not coming? I said, yes, I'm not coming. Honorable, respectfully, I'm not coming. Oh, why? Oh, people are calling. You tell them I'm not coming. I'm not coming. It's okay. I use some fights. You just avoid it. Because if you continue this way, I think we will continue to another level, and then we might find ourselves in a different place. So you just tell the people I'm not coming. So I think I've gotten to a point where I feel like, look, you know what? It's all right. It's okay. But something in my spirit tells me.
No, I'm coming. I'll ask this. At this stage, how do you want to take the music thing? Do you want to take music thing as a hobby, or you still want to take it as a profession?
A hobby.
You want to take it as a hobby?
Yes.
Then you are not losing anything if you are taking it as a hobby. Then you are not losing anything as you are making it seem.
But you said now, so it means that it's now I've decided that I'll take it as a hobby.
Now you've decided to.
Yes. Before then, before.
But I know people who have made money out of their hobbies.
Well, like I said, yes. We are supposed to actually make money out of our hobbies. In fact, we are living because of our hobbies.
Exactly. Because that's what the Bible talks about.
That's it. Yes, it's a talent. But where you're also multi-talented, you don't get devastated and get hurt all the time. You have to. By the grace of Jesus, I am multi-talented. Like I said, if right now you say, okay, don't be a musician, I won't promote you to get to where you want to. Okay, it's okay. Then I'll go to the hospital. Okay, Charlie, I want to take care of sick people. Oh, we don't want you. Okay, hospital, I want to be your manager. Oh, you don't want to. Oh, Chambers, I want to be a lawyer. So, by the grace of Jesus, if this is not, they treat people. You also have a problem. Say, baby, and you are. Baby. How much did they have a song like?
Yeah, you baby, baby, I come baby. It's a good or so I am travel. All right, beautiful conversation. Gentleman is saying that Rasami, please make Fee be a regular guest on your show. Damn, I'm enjoying the session. Would you pay him? Or you play his video every day? Yeah, he can be a regular guest on the show, but on one condition. It's either you are paying him or you are going to play his videos throughout. But that is the story of a friend who is a lawyer, a musician. I don't know if you can let my viewers see him in his law self. Yeah. And now here, wow. So look at him, like he's a big man. How long has this picture been?
This picture? 3 years. So.
3 years? Wow, and it means you've been practicing law for 3 years same way?
Yeah.
This is your 3rd year?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, but you look big in this photo.
But I'm big. I'm small.
This picture looks very intimidating.
Yeah.
Oh, is it intimidating?
Yeah, very.
It looks me bejeli.
That's so. Oh, I thought it was looking like, oh, don't worry, everything will be alright.
Wow, beautiful. So that is lawyer musician friend. That is Fee ranking in your shot on the screen. Looking very handsome, very endowed intellectually, and of course,
awesome. After spoiling my market, you are here telling me very handsome. After spoiling my market,
you are handsome. So,
you take me go beyond and everything. You spoil my market, finish.
You can evacuate.
It is so.
You can evacuate.
You are not talking. Take your two.
Evacuating is allowed. You can evacuate and it don't be found from wrong. Well, because you've seen him in his law self, let's look at him in his music self. Oh my goodness. My favorite part of the song is Bom Bom Tibi.
Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi. Bom Bom Tibi. Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi.
But what is Bom Bom Tibi? Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi.
Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi. Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi. Just added some key lines over there. The whole song was sung in Patois. And then I was like, okay, so this lady that I've met in Africa, Ghana here, we're in love. Then all of a sudden you say you're going to Jamaica. I said, what? Jamaica? Africa is Jamaica away from Africa. I mean, we are one and the same. What's your problem? Oh, it's still now, so it's like out of anger. Oh, yeah, Bom Bom TV. Oh, yeah, Bom Bom TV. You know, that kind of thing.
Oh, so the Bom Bom is the tree Bom Bom.
The tree Bom. Those two lines are three lines I put there. Oh, yeah, Bom Bom TV. Bom Bom TV. Oh, yeah, Bom Bom TV.
I see.
Jamaican girl, let me go back, Phoebe.
Continue.
Jamaican girl, let me go back. So it sounds like. Yeah. Fee ranking, Black Rasta, hey, African man, me a Talawadin. Me buck up on this girl in the streets of Accra. Run up me mouth, say me strong man. Little me a know, say a good loving that can break man like Brother Samson. Him give I good loving that me just can't done. Me can't done. Him a jack up in waist and wine up in waist. Jamaican pussy one ick up me door. Me start face chanting a Ghana lingua like Bom Bom Tibi. Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi. Bom Bom Tibi. Oh yeah, Bom Bom Tibi. Jamaican girl, him a going back fi be ya. Me pretty girl going back fi be ya. Jamaican pretty daughter going back fi be ya. Me can't sleep, I'm going back fi be ya. Jamaican girl, him a going back fi be ya. Me pretty girl going back fi be ya. Jamaican pretty daughter going back fi be ya. See me can't sleep, going back If you love me, don't leave me, Jamaican sweet baby. See my desire to love you forever. If you love me, don't leave me, Jamaican sweet baby. See my desire to love you forever. A little after that she said, she went Jamaica. Jamaica is a place that she just can't resist, so she sing Yellow Man. Country road, take me home to the place. Like that. In Jamaica,
and I understand why, if the media disappoints him, he feels so hurt. Because the music thing brings so much fun and excitement into your system. The little you've done here in the studio, I'm even feeling it already. So what it means is that the profession does not bar you from doing these things.
Well, you know, this music was done before. You understand that? So the profession, one thing I always say is that I will never, this is a profession I've desired for so many years, to be a lawyer. And I will never ever put the name of the profession into disrepute. So if you watch the video, you realize that even though the ladies were dancing, I don't want to go, you know, holding them, touching their hands. So you see,
why would it be wrong?
Oh, it wouldn't be wrong, but it will also be to the extreme, not so likable, not so.
So recently, I saw a lawyer who was going to court with a Mandingo bottle in his documents.
I suggest to you that you are lying.
Don't suggest, like, for it was online. The photo was circulating online. It's a lie.
But these days, what can't be online? Things can always be fabricated in the name of technology and put online.
So you thought that it was fabrication? All of those.
It was fabrications. Calculated to tarnish his hard-earned and won reputation.
You can't beat them, of course. That is why they let them brothel. I suggest to you, you are lying. He's not telling me. He's suggesting to me. Wow, interesting conversation with Fee Rankin. So this video is actually on his YouTube channel. That is Fee Rankin, FeeRankin, and that is what you have to do. Maybe you want to watch it again. You saw some beautiful scenes in there. The video was directed by Digital Rasta Currency, who works with my company at Flex Entertainment Limited, doing the production for our friend here, Fee Rankin.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why is it that the day we're shooting the video, they wanted to take excerpts from you and you're running?
Yeah.
Now I'm the host for this segment.
My profession does not permit me to feature in music videos.
And I'm putting it to you that is not so. Because this is your profession, you are supposed to actually be involved.
If I'm in this video and there is a story around it, everybody will think I'll be biased for the story because I'm in the video.
Okay, so you're a pundit more.
Yeah, I'm a host, I'm a presenter, I'm a pundit. So if I'm in the video, I have to review it. I'll surely be giving some good marks for this video when maybe it might not be deserving of it.
So in other words, you are one of the very objective journalists.
Exactly.
You want to be
in fact, I'm the best in Ghana so far.
UN gave you that award.
Dr. UN. That is Black Rasta's friend. You give Black Rasta. You give Black Rasta.
You know what Black Rasta did recently? He was going to interview me. Darutika, in fact, I'm coming to your show. And then, in fact, that is the end of my music career. So I'll just say this is my end. He said, it's not on my show you come and end your career.
He doesn't want to have a hand in your dead. I see. Interesting. So I've seen your messages here. I'm going to read them for Fee Rankin to also know what you guys are saying about
when I was a young boy, I want to show that I started this music thing not today. With a Broken Hearted song, which I believe your producer will play.
What's the name?
Broken Hearted.
Broken Hearted.
Yes, I was very young, very skinny. You understand that? When I played that song, and that song, like I said, it was a mentally ill, a depressed girl who was admitted at the mental hospital where I was working. Then she was telling me her story, how men have used her and dumped her, and then blah blah blah. And I was moved, so I just took my guitar, went to the bush, and composed that song, Broken Hearted.
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
Bro,
Okay.
that's a question, contribution.
That's a very interesting story. But there are some few questions that I would want to ask.
Okay. He's ready for you.
Pausing his music life into academia, I want to know, I don't know the reason, or would it be one of the reasons in Tia who feel say when you success in your music career, because you said say it was out of frustration and I'm out school, but then obviously to me I give say Anka, yes, there's that instance definitely there will be challenges. Is it because you weren't able to overcome the challenges in Tinema core academia to our school Sonana? And would that be a contributing factor into when your success in your music career?
Oh, I released after about 30 songs or 40 songs I released. You think it was a mean job? It's not like these days. A single that is like 3 minutes. You understand that? We are talking about those times that one song is like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and I was able to release one first album, second album, third album, fourth album. So I'm talking about maybe 15 songs.
You released albums?
Yeah, albums. I'm talking about album. My first album was called Ness Rasta. If you go to YouTube, it's not video but audio. Just type Firanke Ness Rasta. You know, I don't even know up to now when I listen to that song. I say, what was I saying? Then I came back with Get Trouble. Ness Rasta. I recorded it in Kumasi, the whole album. That's where Black Ras also recorded his first album. Then the next album that I came out with was Get Trouble. Was partly produced by Nasi and then Sammy. So Sammy was one guy who, I don't know whether he was senior to Nasi or vice versa, but they were in the same studio, at B studio at Osu here. You understand? Then after Get Trouble, I released Broken Hearted, which you're about to watch. Then after Broken Hearted, I came with Diri Diri Dara Dara, and then
I remember that song.
Got to Run and the rest. You understand? So this trajectory should tell you, say, it's over years. So it's over years of trying to be a musician, and if you know me very well, you know that I'm not the person who easily gives up like that. So if finally I'm saying I'm giving up, then the punk is huge, and so I feel like, look, you know what, you have to learn when to stop. Otherwise, I'll live my life in perpetuity in agony, always regretting for not being the musician that I wanted to be. But the positive thing about what you said that I like rather is that, who knows, if my music had boomed, I'm not sure I would have wanted to go to school, because I was always fighting with my mother. Go back to school, go back to school, go back to school. I'm like, look, don't worry. Very soon I'm coming to buy you a car from my music. You forget about school. You understand? So that's the positive side of the story.
Okay.
You see, in the space, there are times that some people who know how to write music very well, very prolific music writers, sometimes it is difficult for them to also sing, as in perform the songs.
I have 172 songs in my book right now.
Yes, even ones that they write. Yeah. My point is that what I'm driving at is that there are instances where people are known just for songwriting. Don't you also think that perhaps your experience is in the music career, coupled with the fact that you are now a lawyer, a legal practitioner, isn't it connection be anyhow? ABR, with the knowledge that you have in the legal field now, to help us in the music career, like in the music space?
Okay, Sammy Flex ever asked me this question some time ago at his studio. And the answer I gave is the same answer I'm going to give. I've been trained as a lawyer generally, so just like any other lawyer. So whatever I'm saying about myself is the same for all other lawyers. So I've been trained in intellectual property, immovable property, labor law, all those things, just like any other lawyer. Remember I said that. And so if, let's say, by dint of the fact that I am a musician as well, and then maybe there is an issue that borders on the creative arts, and maybe my contribution is needed, just like any other lawyer's contribution will be needed, I'll be forthcoming with answers. But my being a musician doesn't make me more special to any other lawyer, because whatever I'll be saying, as a lawyer, it's the same thing any lawyer out there will say. It's not because I'm a musician, my law is more than that. It's the same principles and authorities we are going to establish.
And I think just a little help. I think what he's saying is that because of your passion for music, you may be more drawn to the musicians, to their cause in that regard. Let's say intellectual property, you may want to maybe specialize in that area to push the music agenda.
Okay. Because not long ago we were having a discussion here, and it was as if in terms of dispute, even to mediate between two people whenever there is an issue. And the first point of call whenever I have an issue with somebody is my court. But we also believe that if there are people in the legal space, as much as we don't have that legal brains in the space, if we have people like you who also happens to find themselves in the legal space to be giving us such advices on and on, I believe there are certain mistakes that we wouldn't commit. Why are we not getting such from you?
You're not becoming like Sammy Flex. Take your time and answer.
Oh my goodness.
You see, the answer is this. I'm still repeating the answer that I'll take a cue from what you have said.
Okay.
In the future.
That's the answer. Of course, he's telling us who he is. Michael, you can also come through.
Yes. So back to the days. Would you attribute your lack of success to ignorance with respect to understanding the music? Yes.
How it worked.
The music business.
Those days
yes,
or
those
now?
Those days. And even now.
Okay. Those days, the music system was virtually, you go to the studio. From the studio, you go to master. What's the Ghana Sound?
Ghana Sound, yes.
If you go to that building and say, "Do you know Firankin?" It will collapse and say, "Yes, we know Firankin." Ghana Sound. And I'm the one carrying my own cassettes, and stuff. So yes, we go. You master your sound. You go get your labels and blah blah blah. Thank you. I dedicate this song to track one. This, all those things we've done it. Then you go looking for producers to help you. Look, when you go to Makola, if you Big Ben, Lucky Sound, those when you enter any of this, have you heard the name Firankin before? Those also collapse and say yes, we know Firankin. Kumasi, my father, may he so rest in peace. My biological father did something funny some time ago. He is a singer. Bobo. My father is from the Eweland. My mother is from the Upper West region. Okay. So I went to visit my father, who was based in Kumasi then. Then he said, "Oh, well, I have very beautiful songs. Why are they not blah blah?" So he said, "Let's go to the producers." The Makola counterpart of Kumasi, how do you call it? Those days. KJT. So we entered the taxi. So then we got to our destination. And when we got out, my father was going, and I was also following. So the taxi driver was like, say, "Untiayo." My father is a very funny guy. I said, "Hey, Chiwa Tumbia." No, my father was a policeman. He was a policeman. I was like, "Mintia, Chiwa Tumbia." I said, "Oh, officer, how there?" So, but in all that we never. So it wasn't because of ignorance. I knew the system. I had followed the system. I followed Big Ben. I'll go to you. But the problem is that when they recently I said something that was all over the place that Lucky Dube is no more talented than me. No way. I went to one of the listeners. They listened to my song, and then they said, "Oh, now where bro for you?" Now, bro, and remember I said it was against the backdrop of hip life being polarized at that time, and so where bro for you? Then I said to the guy that now, Lucky Dube, that's all also October for you. So, I did baby. Hey, would you penny that Lucky Dube? Can you okay? And the guy seriously, I was like, look, can somebody tell this guy that Lucky Dube is not, with the greatest respect to the man Lucky Dube, the legendary Lucky Dube, he's not more talented than me. No. Lucky Dube is not more talented than me. I'm serious. Yeah. I am very serious. Yeah. But until I'm put to the test, nobody will believe that I have what it takes to entertain the world musically. Right. And so I just want to believe. Sometimes I console myself by saying that I think the stars have not gathered yet around the musical system. But if it has to be, it will be. You know, if it wouldn't be me, like you say, I'm coming to sack you. Say I've sacked myself.
Okay, my last question would be: would you allow your child to go into music if they so choose?
Yeah, I know this is a very difficult question, but seriously speaking, having gone through life and understanding what interest means, and, you know, let me tell you something. As I sit here, I am happy. I am fulfilled. Anytime I wake up to go to court, to go to legal, I feel deep fulfillment. It's like you put your hand inside and it's not touching it. It's so deep. Do you understand what I mean? It's something that is inexplicable. When you arrive, when you are in your dreamland, it's so inexplicable. The joy, you work, but you feel like, look, I'm not tired. Then somebody goes like, hey, relax. Look, do you know that I'm not tired? Can you feel how I feel? Hey, is everybody here? You know, that kind of feeling. That is how I feel. That is how I feel now. And so, I want to also believe that that is how I would have felt if my music has succeeded. So to say that if my child wants to do music, to stop him or her would mean that I'm preventing him from feeling the way I'm feeling now. And so what I can only do to my child is like, just to support behind him or her with prayers. God, the child only passed through me, but that is your child. The destiny, everything was written for him or her. So please, just make sure that the enemy doesn't thwart the way. Let it be straight for him or her. That's all, but I'll never stop.
I see. Beautiful. You understood the music business back then, but what is your understanding of the music business now?
No, it's more digital, more online, more of systemic things. And so maybe now, because my focus has changed, and I was always praying for team. I want to get a rightful team because I can't do it all by myself. So if I get a rightful team around me, why not? And I'm not getting a right... There's Sammy Flex here. No,
I'm here. Feel free. Feel free. Let's talk. That's it. We will listen to Broken Heart, but before I want some open legal advice. I don't know if it is possible.
Advice on what?
Yeah, like I have one or two questions I would want your advice on. I don't know if it is possible.
Oh.
Okay. My sister had a sugar daddy. Yeah. The sugar daddy promised her this and that. Sugar daddy did not fulfill them. Can she take the sugar daddy to court?
Good. So now it is whether or not the sugar daddy, the promises were based on something that was legally binding. Was it a legally binding contract? For example, if I said I'm going to do A, B, C, D, based on the fact that I'm going to marry you, you understand that? So I'm going to buy A, B, C, D, and you have also agreed that, yes, I'm buying them because I know in future we'll marry. Remember I said in future we'll marry?
Yeah.
And then those statements are seriously made. Not that I'm just flattering you, but we believe that in future we are going to marry. And so I buy you a car, I buy you that. And in events ensuing, it doesn't look plausible that the marriage is coming on. And then, and so I also feel that no, in anticipation, I'm not sure this marriage is coming on or the relationship anticipated is coming on. And I say, I'm not going to buy those things. And then you say you are going to sue me. I think your course of action may be questionable, but the law is in the bosom of the judge. And then we'll see whether you have a course of action or you can be sued for breach of promise to marry or any other thing. But there must be a reason for buying those things. And those reasons, there must be a legally binding something between the two parties before you can go ahead. But if it's just a gratuitous, or let's say, I promise I'm going to buy you this on my own, and then at the end of the day I say, oh, me and I'm kind, so I cannot.
But I was also giving something for that promise.
There was a consideration. So
yes.
In other words, it means that you advance a consideration.
Exactly.
So if that means that this is a legally binding contract. You see, if it has to be an offer, acceptance, and then consideration, and then legally binding. Because these are the ingredients of a
sister was also giving something.
Okay, so that thing you are giving, it must be be very apt in law that this thing that you are giving is legally acceptable. For example, if I say that I'm going to buy you a car, or you are going to buy me a car or whatever, and then at the end of the day, the consideration I'm going to advance is that, look, you see, there is some cocaine there. I'm going to steal it every year or every month and come and give to you. So make sure you buy me the car. You see that dealing in those narcotics is a criminal offense in Ghana. So you can't say you have advanced consideration. No, that is an illegality. And so you cannot say that contract was violent.
What if what my sister was giving was sex?
If what your sister was giving was sex, and so in other words, you are saying that sex is a consideration advanced. So what the man was giving was what?
He was giving resources like money.
No. In the sexual intercourse, I thought it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
So what the man was giving was what?
The man was also giving sex.
So you want to take my own out, and then yours is a very. I don't understand you know,
Okay, so my next case I would want another advice on is my friend is an artist. Together with another artist, they come together to produce an album. We go to a place to launch the album, and after proceeds from the launch of the album, one takes the money and he boots. Can my friend sue for the guy who took the money away without giving him his portion or his share of the money?
You know, in things like this, they border on what we call, you see, that we have the economic rights and the moral rights on things like this. You understand that? So the economic right is usually in our laws, for example, they say that the economic rights belong to the one that invested his money, and usually it is the producer. And so if the producer invested his money in bringing about that, then it means that the economic rights of it belongs to him. And by economic rights, I want to say the pecuniary proceeds from that contract belongs to him. Okay. Be that as it may, you would have agreed in your contract that even though the economic rights belong to me, this percentage of it for your efforts is going to be advanced onto you. And so per the contract, it means that you are supposed to give me this. You understand? So if you do not give that and then you bolt away with that money, it means that you have breached our contract. Now, the moral right is also that I am the artist. Maybe I sang the song. So for eternity, this song must be ascribed to Free Ranking. So anytime you hear this song, it is Free Ranking song. Whether the money is coming to me or not, but this is Free Ranking song. So that is the moral right. So everything will be spelled out in the contract. Okay. Does that actually mean that once it is not spelled out in contract, we cannot read contractual meaning into it? We can. So if it mustn't be the fact that it is not reduced into writing, and so because of that, we cannot read contractual meanings into it. Okay. And so from the posture, the conduct of the parties would suggest to us that there was they intended to go into the contract, and both of them were, or all parties were added them onto the contract, and so the rightful things must be done. Otherwise, one may be clothed with the authority to sue for specific performance or breach of contract.
In Ghana, when we say addendum, it means housefly.
You have spoiled the party.
And housefly. You back up from who made them. I said,
when I said added them, it means that we all have the same mind on the contract. So I cannot be thinking about something else, and you're also thinking about something else. Then at the end of the day, it's like we actually do not understand the terms and conditions of the contract. But if by our conduct, it can be inferred that we both had the same mind that this is what it's supposed to be, then so it is. And so it is.
Have you listened to Sarkodie's feature on Bob Marley's Stereotype?
I heard about it, but I'm yet to.
You've not listened to it?
I have not listened to it. But Selali was telling me about it.
Yeah, it means then I can't ask you the question.
No, do.
I want to get your opinion on the feature, knowing that you come from the reggae dancehall background, and the fact that there is a new project like that out with our own Sarkodie on it. I wanted to get your opinion, but because you've not listened, I wonder how you're going to tackle that.
But you can still ask if I'm not able to. If I can answer, I'll tell you.
Okay.
You will kill me.
You know, I won't kill you. But because you've not listened, it means that your opinion won't be honest.
That's okay.
Yeah, because you'll be doing inference, you'll be just saying something because I've asked you, and I don't want it to be like that. You are leaving us. What message would you leave with my viewers, those who have loved you? It means that you've won some new fans this evening. What message would you leave with them before you go?
Yeah, I love them, you know. Yeah, man. I just love every time. You know, I man grow from just wake up from all the way from me. It's a country boy. From say me just was a little youth running up and down trying to be a musician, man, and things. I always make sure so me have a positive art, you know. And I think me not have a zagawad, not good if a negative mentality guzum man them theory.
Whoa.
Yeah, me just want to have a positive art, positive mind, meditate for me just Jesus Christ and all that me have, you know.
Yeah,
so
man.
yeah, must me advise is just a little one. Say one jar live on your art, so you must have a positive art. You don't have to be jealous or envy another man or something like that. You must just live positive and always you have to have all your things come true. You know, and make sure say all the time you must have a free mind. You know, leave it have like a pressure, you know. So if you have will of pressure in your mind and come out to meet the world with pressure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go dead and go on. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.